Oh man, I'm gonna start with the why women cheat because and it, like I'm not going to approach it like a psychiatrist did. I'm gonna approach it practically, and sometimes like it's real. Let's be real. Like women, some women are just platonic. A man giving them interest, no matter who, what, when, how. They go from man to man to man to man. Then you might have like women who could have been abused young by a man, and then their whole life they never learn how to relate to a man because every time they get into it, they always have this feeling of being let down and abused at a young age by a man. So when they come with a man, there's a lot of weight on the brother. He doesn't even know it. Sometimes, like that they got these suffering from issues that have been prolonged over years. They never seek help for their issues. Sometimes, so when they deal with a man, it could be your woman. You get a little discrepancy, and then she off got your business in the street, seeking attention from somebody else. You know what they say. A shoulder to cry on, a dick to ride on. It's just some terminology, something like that. So then they go give their emotional attention to another man, and his intentions is not even well. You know what I mean? And you open yourself to a lot of unsolicited advice sometimes. You know what I mean? You got to put a filter on it. So you got like where sometimes it's emotional issues with women. Like, you very few women are just cheaters and don't give, like sometimes it's emotional. Sometimes they may not pay no attention. The attention they think they got deserve. So when somebody else do it, it's like an easy slide in sometimes. So to me, women, like you say, they're so emotional more than it. It's never really a woman just running around. I would give it the benefit of the doubt. I would think it's just not straight up sex. It's more of an emotional thing a lot of times. Man, it could be time. You're not spending enough time with them. You're not doing this. Because this is like, I was telling this sister the other day, she was like, when you going to take me out? I'm like, I'm playing around. She been trying to get me to take her out. I'm like, I like, she keep cracking on me like that. Like, it's like the fortress I put up around myself. I'm like, no, like it's trying to lead to something. I'm really not trying to go down that route. We used to deal like 20 years ago or something. I'm like, no, I'm just kind of cool. We got history. I'm like, no, because I don't want my phone ringing all day if something happened. Like, I want to deal with you when I want to deal with you. I really don't want to deal with you. You know what I mean? And technically, like, I say this, like, I'm getting stalked. So, you know what I mean? They don't understand it. Like, I don't really want to deal with you. You know what I mean? So, and like women see, when they see a good man, they know you, cuz. It's like road spray, you gotta keep walking. When they see a dude got it together, he worried about his paper and he with business, he's a strong man, and they looking for something in life, they want leadership. So I understand her plight, you know what I mean? So, but like, man, I say women, that's what they be looking for this. They missing something, sometimes either made up in their mind or to be real. Some of the stuff, women got good men, some of them. And they talk to their girlfriends or something. Oh, here's that. There's always you can nitpick any situation. So actually, some of them have good men, but they're not clear headed. That's what I'm trying to say. They're not grounded. Something's missing. That leadership, or whatever, or they don't want to accept it. Because even when a man take care of something, a woman don't want to accept it. You can take care of all the bills in the house, and they don't want to accept your leadership as a man. That comes with it too. Paying all the bills, like as a Muslim, like you say, you sort of take care of the house, food, clothing. You got to do that. Man, with that, for as things your wife can and can't do, you can speak to too. You know what I mean? Not that you suppress her or anything of that nature, but like, oh, she thinks she's gonna run out 10 o'clock at night. You can speak to this. You know what I mean? Or in the house that you pay rent is your property. She can't just invite anybody in and out your house. She has to speak to you about coming things over. So this is part of the package. So like, even when a man leaving, you gotta set everything. You can't pick. It's not a solid bowl where you pick and choose what you want to take out of it. You gotta take the whole thing and don't take none of it. But it's kind of off topic. But I say women, I think cheating is emotional for them. I just leave it at that. It's mostly emotional. Very few women are just whores. You know what I mean? Now for us. For me, it's more of an animal instinct. It ain't like nothing emotional. It's my wife, my girl's bad, she ugly, nothing like that. It's like that situation. You fall into something, it's right here, and you know what I mean? It is when your desires get the best of you. And you fall into it. That's what I always seen it. Very few, like, oh man, because I never, like, if I really was through with a woman, I knew how to transition out those relationships. So it never was like, I'm stuck in something and I can't get rid of it, so I'm gonna still deal with something on the side. But like, no, like, I can say honestly, most of my relationships, it was just like, I done something wrong, you know what I mean, per se, you know what I'm saying? So for me, cheating never was like, emotional on that level. It just was like, physical, the beauty that is right there, is gorgeous. It's poetry in motion, you know what I mean? So when you see it, then you want it, you know what I mean? So that's where just for me.
So I can't, baby.
Yes.
It's on you, my brother. It's on you.
We'll start with the women, like Rob Kareem. Well, first off, I had to put this out there. I don't particularly, it's just a personal thing, I don't use the word cheat. I think it's never, unless the only, in my mind, if I'm not married to you, if you're not married, everything is open game. Now, if you're married, then I'll go with the word cheating. But other than that, I'm either monogamous or you're not monogamous. That's one or the other. Yeah, but I don't like to use that word. But that's it. That's just a personal thing. That's
we
just
can
me
say
personally.
stepping out, either one, or touching something else on the side. I mean,
No,
any way you
we
want
can still go with the
to,
cheating. But I just want to put that out there for me. You know what I mean? Because I don't particularly use that word. But anyway, but like Robert Kareem, usually with women, we regard women in high regard, and I'm in agreement with you that most women aren't whores, the ones that I've encountered. Usually it's something lacking, like we said. If you're working and you're paying the bills, but you're working too much, you're not giving her enough time. That opens the door. If you're sitting at home and you're giving her a lot of time, but you're not bringing in enough money. So there's something that's missing. Typically, why women, whether they intentionally or unintentionally, step out of outside of these relationships because it's something that they want that you're not supplying. Whether it's money, whether it's attention, whether it's taking them out, whether it's being sentimental, doing things like bringing flowers or recognizing birthdays, being kind, giving them compliments. It's something that in their mind they're lacking that you're not doing. And instead of sometimes they communicate these things and it still doesn't change. Sometimes they don't. You know what I mean? And that's another topic, another story. But as I say, I like Brother Kareem, it's usually something lacking, which is why women typically step out. Now, as you say, with men, we're different creatures. You could be doing everything completely right. You're the best woman in the world, so forth and so on. But if we see something and we look and we like, you know what? She's very, very attractive. Something I'm attracted to her about. Whatever your mindset, however your morality is, will lead you to either act on it or just have that mental energy go past it. But that's typical because they say we're visual creatures. You could be the best one, and I can't speak for myself. You're the best one in the world. I'm not married, by the way, so I would put that out there. You're the best one in the world, doing everything right. If I walk down the street and I see something, it's got the hourglass figure, it's got a nice smile on your face, I'll be like, what? How you doing that? And it has nothing to do with my work. I may have a great woman. It has nothing to do with that. But guess what? She caught my eye, and I'm going full steam ahead.
That's it. Right.
You know what I mean? But it's right or wrong, that's up to you what you say. But I want to tell you, I'm not married, and until I make a commitment, when I'm in a relationship, I've never made a commitment to say I was just going to date you and date you only. I never told you that. Now, if I'm married, then yeah, I've made that commitment. Say no, money is me and you forever. So no matter whatever I see on the street, guess what? I'm done with that. That day is over. But since I'm not married, guess what? Everybody's fair game. You know what I mean? So, as I say, so it doesn't have to be anything that she's doing wrong, which why men simply said, it's just, sometimes I say we're so visual, we may see something that catches our eye that's attractive, no matter what it is. It may not be a physical. It may be this person is nice. She's just so nice. It could be a myriad of things.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a physical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's my take on that.
Yeah, I agree with you, brothers. On a lot of instances, women they thrive off of the emotion, yes, and I think a lot of the time when they step out, I believe it's because of the lack of attention that they're getting from who they're dealing with, husband, mate, whatever. I think that's the majority of the time. I think it's because that's what they need. You know what I mean? And if it's a void in that situation, anybody else can feel that. You know what I mean? It could be a cat that see her going to work every day or whatever, or down the street every day from nothing, and he going to step and she's going to gravitate to that cat. You know what I mean? And I always say it's a trade-off. You give a woman attention, she's gonna give you pussy. Pardon my language. She's gonna give you pussy. Straight up. I'm sorry. It might not be automatic, but it's going to come down to that. You know what I mean? Because she still wants to get that attention.
Yes.
It has to keep coming. If not, then if it's cut off, then hey, she's starving again. Number one. Number two, I think it's about, like, for me, I'm not a real, how do you call that, affectionate man when it comes to dealing with a woman.
Appreciate you, Ken.
Honestly, I mean, I give them a lot of positive energy, you know, and a lot of the knowledge that I have, things of that nature, you know, communication and everything like that. I'm just not really, I never was. I don't know why it is.
But you know what? And I've just started paying attention to this. Our culture isn't that way. Have you noticed that? We're not, as quote unquote black people or African American, whatever terminology you want to use, we're not as outwardly affectionate as other ethnicities. I've noticed that. From what I see, man, I see other ethnicities holding hands walking down the street. I don't see us doing
I
that.
understand that, but still we have issues internally anyway.
Well, absolutely.
However, I've talked to a lot of sisters, even, you know, sisters I might have dealt with or whatever, and they tell me that a lot of cats do have that affection. You know, they're affectionate towards them. And
But what's the definition of affection?
you know, yeah, it has to do a lot with giving them the attention they need. You know what I mean? That's what they need. For me, my mentor, God rest his soul, he used to always tell me 25 years ago, man, he always, and it always resonated with me till this day. He always said, listen, brother, you have to give the woman that you're involved with or interested in, you have to give them confidence. And
Right.
very true. And I know I used to, when I was younger, when he told me, I'm like, man, get out, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when I got older, you know, hindsight 2020, I'm like, you know what? I was right, you have to do it. Even if you're not accustomed to doing it, you have to be mindful just to make her feel a certain way.
They do the simple thing.
Right, right. Now, I will say this. Brothers, on the other hand, you know, we're instinctive and impulsive. You know what I mean? We can see a joint 2 blocks down.
You ain't never
You understand what I'm saying?
You ain't never
and
lied.
not know what her face looked like. But if her stride is crazy, or we see that frame, we're like, oh, you know what I mean? And we're like, I'm gonna get that thing. Either we going down or we just come up.
And you be with somebody you're like, you ain't even looking
Right? How do you see that? And we just in there.
Yeah.
You feel me?
You ain't
So
lying.
we have that that characteristic. You know what I mean? And therefore, it's a big difference with us. You know, I think I was telling you at one time, it was a sister I was dealing with, man. Oh my gosh, man. She was thorough. I mean, body was crazy. Then all of a sudden, she started getting weight. And she would text me and, like, send me pictures, like, bragging almost about it. It was crazy. I felt insulted. Like, what the, you know, oh, look, baby, what the fuck you mean? Like, is that supposed to make me happy? Is that supposed to make me gravitate to you more? I don't think so. So for me, it's like, yo, I had to break it down. So I said, sure, let me tell you something. I don't think you're getting the picture. You know what I mean? Understand what men do, what we want, and what makes us go.
Right.
If we love eye candy, and you start to gain weight and you lose your figure and stuff like that, hey, guess what? We're going to get something that has that figure that you had at one time that we want. That's number one. Number two, if you got a guy that's married to you or living with you and stuff like that, you're going to turn him into an alcoholic or a drug addict because he's going to get fucked up before he comes home to touch you. He's not going to be attracted to you physically. And he's going to have something to mind alter him in order to do it. And she could, oh my gosh, are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. I know cats like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's terrible.
Turn to Al Bundy.
And on the flip side, we got to do the same thing. We got to stay attractive for them as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. You know what I mean? You know, us, we're going to do our job anyway because that's our thing. You know, but I just think that you know, it's a myriad, like you said, a myriad reasons of why brothers choose well, because it could be the eye candy, you know. It can also be frustration because a lot of sisters don't know how to accommodate brothers, especially conscious brothers, brothers with substance. You know what I mean? They know how to deal with knucklehead cats because it doesn't matter. You know, they used to get smacked upside the head, calling all type of bitches and all that.
Right.
When you get with a brother that's not on that note, you know, he's more positive and things of that nature, they really don't have to grasp it. I mean, and they will push you away.
I said a lot of women mess with all type of things, but
True. And if they do though, they really can't grasp it. They try so hard, but they just cannot get it. You know what I mean? And then they push you away because their frustration will just, hey, that'll take you elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing.
Man, like, women, complex topic, man. Like, just, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just make an observation of what you think ticks, and it varies from woman to woman to woman. Like, you know, I think if I dated 10 women in my life, they wanted 10 different things from me, man. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? So you try to take something which you don't really like to each one, but when you come as a totally, like you say, you could take some things, you gotta leave some things out, but definitely, you definitely want somebody worth looking at. That's half of the battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So
It's a necessity for us.
yeah, you know what I mean. But I don't know, man. Why they cheat?
Yeah.
Ultimately, I say something missing, and sometimes it may be something missing in them. It's something that you can't even affect, though. You know what I mean? It's something avoided within a life, man. Like, like some people just go through life as this everyday change. They never assess themselves and assess it to the world, or you know what I mean, make assessment and try to do better. Like, a lot of people just go through life, and that's when they, like you say, they dealing with knuckleheads who don't expect anything from them. Then they deal with a man who expects something from them, some integrity levels, function at a decent standard. Like, it's hard for some of them, you know what I mean? So, sometimes that's it. Sometimes some brothers dog them out too early in the game, and when they get a good dude, they don't know how to even love come, and it comes in different form. I mean, I'm sure all of us love women, but we always show it in different fashions. Like you were saying, like, I wouldn't say I'm emotional, but I am affectionate. You know what I mean? But I'm not emotional type, but I am affectionate. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta balance that. It ain't, sometimes it ain't about me. It's about them. You gotta know that. Like, it can't always be like, I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta see when they missing something, what works for them, and they gotta do the same thing, man. So sometimes there's an old saying, man, you rather shoot high and miss than aim low and hit. And sometimes picking your mate, you gotta do like that. Sometimes that brings you in a lonely state. Especially when age when you had sex with a woman, you just don't get rid of them like you're in the 20s. Hot, like, you know what I mean? Do. I'll be calling you up, you know what I mean? So sometimes you gotta tread lightly, man. You can't just deal with women the way we used to. You know what I mean? Like, you deal with them and you don't call them and that's it. Like, man, let's come with a little something now. So sometimes when you really looking for the right woman, a brief state of loneliness may shut in. Like, good women don't just fall.
Very true. Very true.
That's one thing. You find one, man. You gotta hold on to it.
But the only thing is, and I agree. However, a good woman, which most of them are, I must say that. The thing is no, I'm serious. It's about the lack of.
I love you.
It's the lack of
optimistic.
No, it's the lack of experience as far as interacting with a good man. You understand? She could be the best woman on the earth because we've seen them and we dealt with them. I'm quite sure you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But however, at the same time, man, you can still have situations where it's just doomsday. And you're like, what don't you get?
Right.
I've been trying to school you for this long and you're not grasping. Well, listen, brother, it's something that do. However, their upbringing hasn't even took them to that level. They haven't had that brother, that positive man, father, or whatever it may be, to show them and guide them the way to say, look, this is what you want to look for. This is what you want to stay away from.
That's definitely true.
What can they do?
Do what they're really doing now, and they take whatever comes along.
Now, if a guy, check this out. If her mom's is dating cats and they going upside her head, beating her ass and stuff like that, well, as she gets older, in her adolescence, and she gets a boyfriend and stuff like that, if the boy hit her, she gonna take it. She gonna accept it. When she get in her 20s, she gonna take it and accept it. In her 30s, and so on and so forth. She's already damaged. You know what I mean? At 50, same fucking thing. It's no good. But it all comes from it's leading from example too. It's like, what you grow up with? What did you see?
That is very, very true.
It might be a great woman, perfect, positive spirit.
Yeah.
But damaged.
Yeah. So what do you do when you meet these women and you're thinking about dating? Do you take that into consideration? Or do you say, you know what, there's going to be a lot of work here,
Yes,
and I'm not sure if I'm going to put in that work? That's the question.
I put in a lot of work, brother, and some things have been, disappointing. However, I understand why. So it's not like it doesn't dishevel me. It's just like I understand what it is. I understand the essence of it, and I'm like, if I can teach her something and leave her with something, man, so be it. That's what comes from the Creator through me, and I'm glad to do it. And hopefully, prayerfully, she'll meet a brother later on, a good brother of substance, and she can go ahead and convey all that to him, and make him a happy brother. You know what I mean? Coming from what I taught her or showed her.
That's what's up. So I respect it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and I love my brother, I love my people, but I just think even for women, there's such a lack of high quality males for them to pick from in a lot of these areas, and I think that part of their mindset, look, I don't want to be alone, and I understand they're going to deal with may not be the best person, but yeah, as you say, they give me attention,
Right.
They cater me at times.
Straight up.
They make me happy at times. So I got to deal with it because the opposite of that, as you say, is to be alone. And who wants to be alone? Your Creator don't want us to be alone. Definitely. We're not geared to be alone. We're not supposed to be alone. So if your pickings is, I got to take a knucklehead guy or be alone, oftentimes they'll pick a knucklehead guy.
But amongst our forum, man, it's quality brothers.
Yes.
I mean, so it's not like they're not out.
Yeah. But the sister's going to say when they do this? Where y'all live at? Where y'all at?
Right. But the thing is that they're not really relating to us anyway. You understand? And I'm quite sure y'all probably had sisters where they just didn't get it. Once again, where you try to show them the way, man, and they're defensive, and come on, it's no way that you can't be combative and just fight each other. That's not gonna work. You know what I mean? And they're used to that. So then when they get with you and you on another level, they're confused now. What do I do with this man? I want this brother, but I don't even know how to deal with this cat. You understand? Right. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, very true.
I say I give it to you because I'm short term, so if we not compatible, and so I'm out of here. See, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I don't have time to be to be trying to teach a whole lot. I don't mind teaching a little bit. You know what I mean? But as far as me teaching a whole lot, they long gone. I have to go on. I love you, man.
I feel like I'm on this earth for that, man. We got to do it, man, because we lost. We're in a lost state, man.
And you can't teach people who don't want to be taught.
Yeah, but they don't. It's not that they always don't want to be taught. They don't know how. If you don't have that wisdom, or if you don't even have the inkling of it, come on.
Right, but here's my thing. If you don't know how, I'm okay with that. But you gotta at least try to want to. You gotta have the want. So I don't really know what I'm doing. I never dealt with an individual like you before, but I'm willing to try to learn, to try to improve, to try to understand exactly how I can be a better individual, so that we can have a better relationship.
Let me ask you this, man. Both of this.
Mm-hmm.
On a rough scale, how many sisters do you believe that you dealt with that were willing, opposed to not willing, to accept your knowledge and whatever you had to give to them?
I think most of them
want. Serious ones. That's difficult for me because I don't lay too much on certain people. I see where they at, and if this what you could do, to me, it's like loyalty is what I you know what I mean? Like, loyalty. The CIA can't kick down this door looking for me, you gonna remain quiet. I take that over anything, really. So it's just like loyalty is the way I would look at someone. And so what I could, I meet people where they at. Like, you expect them to be here and they here. You gotta bring them up. You know what I mean? That's how I take it. So for the most part, you got some women who just like they refuse to abandon their position. And what I mean, like they ran this way for so long and they ain't trying to hear nothing. You can't do nothing with them type people. But it's people who willing to understand growth at their level. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could have Martin Luther King. You think his wife was up there with him? No, but she was supportive and she was part of the cause, so she wasn't out here with him. but she was supporting part of his cause. So if you got on that level where she understands what you're trying to do as a man, I mean, for me, that's good enough. It's just the internal baggage sometimes that would throw you. It ain't them. Sometimes it be something with their family. Their kids is kind of grown and they, they don't respect, they just so disrespectful and stuff like that. Like, that'd be the stuff that'd be the stuff throw me off that make me give up on them, not them. You know what I mean? Because, really the truth, when you reject the truth, is the mind. It ain't your heart. You know what I mean? Your heart hear it. You know what I mean? Whether you want to hear it or not, it's going to accept it. Like, your mind will make you do and think anything. You know what I'm saying? So,
the mental control everything.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Everything. I always tell people that, I say, it's funny, like, especially, when I'm dealing with, sister, I say, you can't even blink your eye unless your mental tell you to do it. You know what I mean? You can't step up one step, down one step, to the left, to the right. You can't do that unless your mental tell you to do that. And a lot of people don't even realize that, because we don't have thinkers now.
Right.
There's not a lot of cerebral heads out here.
Right.
So they just mechanical, like, I'm saying, they just moving. Right? You know what I mean? Just moving. And it's nothing here. You got to have something there in order to control everything else. Without, you can't even be spiritual if your mind is not there. Right? And most of our people, mind ain't there. That's why they're not spiritual. At that. So there ain't no success. You gotta have it here. That's what takes it out of here.
You're right.
It's not what's here that come in here.
Right. Starts inward.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, I don't know, man. We got a lot of work to do. And we doing it.
Willing to do it. Willing to do it.
Yeah, we doing it, man. So you think for your situation that most sisters was willing or not willing to adhere to what you had to offer them?
Yeah, it didn't matter where they was at in life, and you know what I mean, like what context and terms I met them on, but people I was kind of dug in with, I would say the positive aspects and our plight as a black people and trying to move forward and being progressive, understand our history and what we're trying to go as a people. Yeah, you know what I mean. Now how far they, people. I would just say, not to get too deep in it, I would just say for the most part, on where they can grasp it, sometimes it's dumbing it down for people. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do that. So if I could bring it on, something I could find that make things make sense to them, I would say for the most part, I tend, not to waste too much time on people. In that sense, if I see your potential, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying when I meet a woman, sometimes I'm not always into them on that level. You know what I mean? So that part they may lost out on. You know what I mean? Sometimes, unless it presented them, it's like if you meet somebody and they say let's meet at the coffee shop or something. You know what I mean? Or let's go to the movies or something like that. If y'all never really good and been around each other, you can't really, to the movies, yeah, Black Power, sister, So it's a time and a place, and you got to put in the atmosphere, or the news might come on, and I can inject, and I could facilitate to them, and that's what it should apply to us, not the CIA script. You know what I'm saying? So things that come up, or an issue may happen, and at the minimum, I just see how community things affect them. When I see how they talk about police brutality or something, and just see what they thinking, and that type of stuff, can see where I can engage them. You know what I mean? Or they talking the simplest, clearest thing, and they refuse to be blind on it, I just know ain't no, I can't deal with that type of person. But if they just low level consciousness and it just need to be guided, I can do that all day. You know what I mean? But if you can't even, if you still think we live in a democracy and you 30-something years old, then I guess you too far going for me. Maybe I send you to a class or something.
Absolutely. Damn. Yeah.
And I think most sisters, at least I would hope that most sisters want a thorough brother. So if they're meeting a conscious brother, guess what? They're not trying to relinquish that like that. So they want to stick in there. Now, whether they're able to do it or not, that's a different story. But in their mind, they're like, this is a thorough brother. I really want to, grow with him. So I believe that they want to do it. You know what I mean? It's just whether they're able.
Right, and that's like you said, that's the difference. Because you can want it already. However, if you're not on that level, you can't get on it. Well, I'm not going to say can't get on it, but it's very difficult to get on it.
You sacrifice a lot.
Yeah, and that's frustrating.
What your own beliefs are, not necessarily what your own beliefs, but how your own personality. Because it's more selflessness than selfishness. You know, you gotta be willing to listen. You gotta be willing to say, okay, let me just hear what this brother is talking about. What is his mindset, and not just be animate, not be combative, as you had spoke about before. You know, just listen. You know, what I mean, you know, everything don't have to be an argument. You know, what I mean, we can come together and just find out what's your mindset. I may not agree with it. What is it? Because I want to hear. You know, let's talk about it. Find out how we can be together. You know, what I mean, what's the positive and negative of everything?
Yeah. You gotta want to receive it. You know what I mean? And try to have that metamorphosis. You know what I mean? Because that's what's going to catapult you to the next level. Like, if you ain't got that, man, you're gonna stay in the mud. You're gonna quicksand with that. You know what I'm saying? And I think I don't know. From what I've seen, man, yo, it's a bad situation. But like I said, most of them want it. Like you said, most of them want it. However, like you said as well, a lot of them, yo, they just nowhere near. And how do you catch up? You know, my homie Jeff, he be on me all the time. Man, you trying to say them? You know what I mean? I'm like, no, you know, I don't mind.
No, it's not a bad. It's a good thing.
I don't mind.
I encourage you to continue to do it because, as you said, if that's what the Creator put in you, then you go forth and do it. Absolutely. You know, the Creator put everything a gift. What your gift is different than my gift. What Brother Kareem's gift is different. You know, so that's why everybody's different. You know what I mean? And does do things in a different way. You know, and have different passions, so forth and so on. Because you don't need everyone doing the same exact thing.
That won't pay it out.
Yeah. You know, so continue on.
Now, I know time getting short. Let me touch on this Sandra Bland real fast.
Let's hit it.
And then we can let you.
No doubt, no doubt.